Another one of my favorite Deion stories of all time was, we were getting Schefter all nervous because he reported on a Thursday night in Green Bay that Al Davis was going to fire Art Shell by the end of the year, and Al Davis put out this whole all caps press release saying that there's only one person who knows what's going on with the Raiders, and his name is not Adam. Called him a false rumor mongerer. And Adam then, we were supposed to go home for his birthday, and it bought him a trip to Oakland because our next game was in Oakland. And we're like, dude, you just had this big breaking story. You got to come with us to Oakland. He's like, really? But so the deal was you do pregame and then you go home because you were supposed to go home. So he drove separately from us. Me, Mooch, Marshall, and Deion are all in a car. Okay? We're all in a car. We're going through first, and Deion rolls down the window and tells the security guard, there's a guy behind us. When he comes through the gate, tell him he's not allowed in here because he's a mongerer. And the woman couldn't. Is Deion on right now?
He's hearing this and he's shaking his head like, yes, this is what's happening.
And she didn't understand. Like monger, you had to say the word to her like 3 times. You had to say the word.
Mongerer.
And she did it. And Schefter thought for a split second he wasn't going to be allowed in the stadium. Oh my God.
That's great.
Remember that, Prime?
I thought you. Hey, I remember that. That was a great one. I thought you was going to tell the other one that happened in Oakland.
I did. The one that said "Yo, Mama." I just told that story 10 minutes. I told that 10 minutes ago.
That was a good one too.
I told that 10 minutes ago.
Yo,
I told
Mama.
it 10 minutes ago. We're back here on the Rich Eisen Show, back on the Rich Eisen Show radio network. Those on Roku can see the smiling face of one of my favorite people on planet Earth, whose Colorado Buffaloes at 2-0 are taking on Colorado State. Deion Sanders. We're all paying rent in his world right now. How are you, Prime?
I'm doing good, man. A little busy, but I love busy.
Okay, I know you do. All right, this is the first order of business. Let me ask you this question, because I know you were coming on the show, and they're like, these are 2 things that he needs to promote. And I, as you know.
I don't even know why they do you like that. You're family.
Please, no, Deion. This is what I do. This is what I do professionally, and you know I hit this on the head. So it says here, Coach Prime's signature sunglasses by Blenders, available now for pre-order. I have to know, was this planned? And then you sped it up because Coach Norvell said what he said, or you just said we're going to do this? What do you got for me?
I wish I was that calculating. Like this fell into the lap. Like it was already planned.
Yes.
This week.
Was it really?
It just happened, and then now I went above and beyond and said, okay. I put on my marketing hat and said, okay, let me get the kids involved. So we gave all the kids on the team glasses today, and they put them on in the meeting room, and it was crazy. It was hilarious, but no, it just happened to fall in our lap. Perfect time.
So it was supposed to be.
It was supposed to be anyway.
This weekend. Oh,
yeah, and he just gave me alley-oop, man.
Is that right? So it's like, what is it, Dwayne Wade behind like LeBron and Duncan? You know?
Yep. I couldn't believe it. I said, you got to be kidding me. He said, what? Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Well, and there's also, a motivational ploy that you can endeavor as a coach. So who told...
Wait till you see the pregame and all that. Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea how we high-stepping with this one.
So instead of hold it up, it's put it on? Is that what it is?
Oh,
it's put.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who told you? Who told you about this quote, Prime?
I think I saw it.
Okay.
I think I saw it. I was just in there, getting my foot worked on watching film. I was just watching some film, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, what? When did he take a left? Because it was right.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 days ago, like everything, you do the whole complimentary thing, whether you mean it or not. That's what coaches do. I'll compliment you, you compliment me, and we don't even know each other. But I'm saying, hey, man, you got a good program. You're doing this, you're doing that. It's great. I mean, that's what coaches do.
Yeah.
And I really mean this stuff. I really thought he was doing a great job, and I really thought he was a great guy. And he just took a left on me. I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday, and I just thought, look, I understand coaches are trying to talk up their own programs and talk up their own kids and talk up their own style, but to take a shot at yours,
can't do that.
Not
only that brings parenting in it as well. You can't, like now my mama's feeling some type of way. It's like, okay, what you trying to say? I know we grew up different in different backgrounds, but you can't take that shot. That's not one you want to take.
Deion.
And it's not.
Deion Sanders here on the Rich Eisen Show. Is your 2-0 start in any way, shape, or form surprising to you?
No whatsoever. I mean, our expectation is to be 2-0, but we still feel like it's meat left on the bone. We didn't play up to our capability in either game. Like first game defensively, we were horrible. We made some big miscues and some mental mistakes. The second game, offensively, we were horrible in the first half. Defensively, we picked it up tremendously. We just want to put it all together tomorrow. We really just want to put it all together and show our best hand.
And I just, what doesn't surprise me at all is the way that you're doing it, Deion, like at all, where some coaches are afraid of filling their players' heads with conversation like Heisman Trophy, conversations like college football playoffs, and you take the opposite approach. And right. I know why. I just want you to throw it out there to folks why you do that. Prime.
My kids are different. We attract that kid that's smart, tough, fast, disciplined with character, but that guy that has a little edge to him. Like he has a little something. Like he has a chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove something. He's a worker. He's a guy that don't take no for an answer. So when my guys work their butts off and do everything we tell them, and I'm not going to hold him in high regards and put him out there for the Heisman or whatever personal award that he wants, you got to be crazy, because I know what they're thinking. I'm probably the only coach that's sat in all seats. What I mean by that is, I was the player getting recruited. I was the father of the player getting recruited. Now I'm the coach that's recruiting the father as well as the player. I'm sat in all seats, so I know what everybody's thinking. Know what everybody's thinking. So that's my advantage.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other way to put it. How do your sons take your coaching?
That's all they know. They don't know no other way. Shador has never played for another coach. Shiloh has when he went to South Carolina for a year or so, but that's all they know. But the problem is you wouldn't know which one was my son the way I treat them, because I don't play the favoritism. I don't play the foolishness. If they get caught up in some foolishness, I'm going to bench them or do what I got to do versus them as well. But all the kids inside this locker room know it's one way. It's going to be one way. It ain't going to be no two separate ways. It's not rules for Travis and rules for Shador and rules for this guy and rules for you. It's not. It's one rule, and we're going to all abide by it.
Well, I mean, your kids, I imagine, take your coaching well since you rank them. You rank your children, Deion.
I mean, everybody else does, but they don't say it publicly. Right?
Thank you, Deion. I say this to Rich all the time.
No, I'm not ranking my children.
Like darn well which kid is going to roll you right to the nursing home when it's like at the end of the day. You know which one is going to do that. You know which one is not going to come pick you up from the nursing home. Yeah. You know which one is going to take care of you and nurse you and make sure you straight at their home. You know that. I don't know why you play like you don't. Like everybody got a kid that they will give the credit card to and they can't get that they won't. Everybody, you come home and the kitchen's messy. Yes. You know which one did it.
Yes, you do.
I don't know why you try to play like you don't. You know which one did it.
Right. So, but I don't throw that ranking out on Instagram, Deion.
I do. Everything in life.
I do.
Everything in life, you're going to be judged. And I'm letting them know. Like, I let them know right off the bat. Bucky has had a great month. He is balling out of control. He's number one right now.
Yeah. He's
doing his thing.
Why? Because he's doing all of your media and stuff like that?
Not only that, he's taking it to a whole nother level, and he's just settled into knowing who he is. He is balling. Like, he's taking the whole program on another level. When I'm watching ESPN and I'm seeing well-off media, they getting the clips from him. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, he's balling. So but he's the number one seed right now.
But Shador is actually balling, Deion. I mean, how does that?
He's supposed to. He's supposed to. Like, I expect it from him.
Okay.
But then there's a chance that Shador may leave his good old dad at the end of the season, so I can't make him one. I can't do that.
So how do you? So is that right? So is that why he's not one? Because you think he might just he might skip? He might skip out.
Yeah, he may skip or hold me hostage for something extraordinary. like a Rolls Royce, like a Phantom or something like that. He made Rolls Royce hostage for something like that.
Ah, okay. So that's why he's ranked where he's ranked. Hey, Shiloh, didn't he have 10 tackles in the first game?
He's leading the team in tackles.
Yeah.
He's balling. He's changed his whole thought process, the way he attacks practice. He is unbelievable. Baby girl, she's consistently asking me for stuff, so she will never be one. She's around 3 to 4. And Deandra's up in there somewhere as well. She came here and showed up last week with her own cameraman so she could get her own footage. And I looked and saw her on the sideline with her own cameraman. I'm like, you're going down. I pointed just like that, down in the rankings, down.
Interesting. Maybe Susie and I need to figure this out because, we've got 3, as you know,
right?
Deion. And so, maybe a ranking system this is the parenting we're looking for.
You do it, but you don't do it. You do it. Susie does it. If all of them cry, you know which one she's picking up first. you already know, Rich.
Taylor.
Yeah, he knows. I don't know why he tried to play like he don't.
You know too much, Deion. You know too much. See? I don't get this when, like, Saban zooms in. You know what I mean? Like,
different coach. It's a different coach. Different coach.
Deion Sanders here on the Rich Eisen Show. Do you talk further down the road to your guys? I mean, because coaches only take it one at a time. Do you not?
No, I don't. It's one at a time for me.
You are?
It's one at a time. By the time that one is over, I'm on to the next. Like, by the time that last second ticks off the clock, I'm on thinking to the next one. And, Shador and I meet on Sunday, and we'll talk about the previous game. Then we'll put that to rest, and then we'll start, having the thought process of the next one.
Now, I know what you said you were getting comfortable in your first press conference. And by the way, you told me, off camera that people are going to have to break into national coverage for your first press conference after you win. And
I tell you that.
You did tell me that. And once again, you had a crystal ball on that one. And you said you're getting comfortable. And I know what you were referring to about that. But are you just in general comfortable? It looks like Colorado is a great fit for you, Deion.
Rich, I absolutely love it. And you know me, I'm a Southern guy with Southern swag. I would have never fathomed that I would be here in Colorado, but thank God that God chose this place for me, because this is unbelievable. This is something I would have never said, I'm going to Colorado. There's no way in the world I would have said that. Mm-hmm. But I love every minute of it, the fan base that we're creating as well. But not only that, the support, the city, the young men that we brought inside this locker room, the coaching staff, everybody has been A1, man, and we're really excited. And what they show us on game day and throughout the week, like, it's crazy for our kids to even go around town right now. I mean, they're recognizable and they're getting a lot of love, and I appreciate that.
How do you handle that?
Well, what has changed for me?
No, how do you handle that for them? You're used to. No, you're used to. I mean, you're used to this.
Yeah, I thought you forgot for a minute that you were talking. My bad. I thought you forgot.
No, Prime. I did not forget.
I encourage them in the morning messages about,
right.
If you're a person that's willing to change because of the attention, that means you've never had attention and you ain't built for this. Yeah. You built to be on a seesaw. You know how we was on a seesaw, you up and down, and you're going to only go up when the weight is on you on the other side, and you go down when the weight is off. So these kids understand, and we just influence them so much mentally and emotionally and psychologically on the trappings of life and what can possibly happen if you don't keep the main thing, as well as their grades. And the thing that I'm mostly proud of is doing all the comings and goings of the spring, where they talked about how many we got rid of, how many came in. We achieved the highest GPA in school history for the football team this spring.
No kidding. That's amazing. Congrats on that.
We killed it, because the kids know that I don't play about academics, because I know 85% of them aren't going pro. So we focus on the academics and we focus on getting them to the next level with their degree.
And do you think having cameras on all the time helps, Deion? Do you think so?
That's what they want. I have not met a young man that said, I don't want any more followers. I don't want that. I don't want them to jump in my DMs. I don't want her to jump in my DMs. I haven't seen it yet. Like, see, I'm the kind of coach that tells the truth. Like after we win, I say, now y'all know the DM's gonna be popping. You guys be careful, right? So, be careful. Don't take nothing that ain't given to you. You know.
Well, and again, that's another reason.
Too easy.
That's another reason why I think you're perfect for college. And I'm sure you hear all the speculation. Just 2 wins in, people talking. NFL might come knocking and things like that.
I would never do that.
That's what I said plus I know too. I've watched NFL games with you, Deion, for over a decade, and then when somebody makes a mistake, you'd scream. I'd cut him on the spot. You would scream, "Cut him!" I'd scream when they made him.
Start with 53 and come out of the locker room at halftime with about 38.
But you would never. That's like you prefer college, right?
I love college. I love the young men are still impressionable. They're not so financially wealthy that they can't hear you at the next level. Some of these guys make so much money they can't hear. They can't hear or they can't see the things that they need to see and hear. And I would have a hard time motivating a man that makes upwards to 20 and 30 and sometimes $40 million to go out there and do your job. I got a problem with that.
And what about you seeing the future here, Deion? Do you think we're going to see soon a kid stay in college because his name, image, and likeness money is in the same area code as maybe a contract in the NFL?
Oh, that's it. We're talking second rounders then. You're talking second rounders because that's not applicable to first rounders.
Not yet.
Second rounders.
Not yet, though, right? I mean,
but it's only that position is you got to be a Travis Hunter or a quarterback to warrant that type of attention, because another position, your value with NIL, name, image, and likeness. Now, you may be talking about collectives. Collectives are totally different. That's a totally game when it's a pot of money and they choose who they give it to. But name, image, and likeness, it's only a handful of guys in college football with that kind of notoriety that our CEO in a company will say, you know what, I want to bet on that kid. Knowing that kid is 18, he haven't been up under the lights, up under the heat. He hadn't failed yet publicly. That's tough to bet on.
A few more minutes left with Deion Sanders, Colorado head coach, getting set for Colorado State. December 7th, Prime Video is going to launch Coach Prime Season 2, a series that documents your first full season at Colorado. That is coming out on December 7th. What do you think it's going to look like on December 7th, Prime? You're getting ready?
Unbelievable. I want you guys to see the stuff that you know is really happening, that you're going to get to see on camera.
Uh-huh.
And we have so many personalities on this team that are, when I tell you, they're comical, they're hilarious, they're serious, and so many different storylines. That's crazy. Jimmy Horn was supposed to come to Jackson and play for me, but he chose to go to South Florida to play. His father and I and one of my head recruiters had a tremendous relationship. His father is not incarcerated, doing time, but he was a great dad, even before he was incarcerated. And their relationship and Jimmy getting on the plane after the first victory in TCU with his dad on the cell phone from prison, saying, you told me you was going to take care of him. You told me, because Jimmy had over 100 yards. Everything you guys said you was going to do for my boy, you guys did. So now we're trying to set up the call so you could see him or hear him from prison, still trying to father his son, and Jimmy trying to rescue the rest of his siblings and his mother from the inner city. It's so many different storylines that's intertwined in these young men trying to make a way for themselves is unbelievable. So I can't wait till you get a chance to watch this.
Me too, because again, you're right. I do know, I do have a good sense of what's going on there because of who you are and what you pay attention to and what you're about and who you were growing up in Fort Myers and what you're doing now and who's around you. And I don't just mean, getting Sapp and Irv in there, or I'm seeing the Rock is in town now,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so, I don't know if Sapp, you didn't bring Sapp and the Rock together at the same time.
Sapp is going to end up coaching with us, man. I'm telling you.
You think so?
Good. I'm telling you, he has a passion. He has a fire for it. He's finishing his degree as we speak. I'm telling you, and he's good, man. These kids love him. They love him, and they get him. They really get him. He speaks their language.
So you crystal balling it, you think Sapp's going to be on your staff at some point, Deion?
I do. I really do. And I want him to be. I want him to be.
I love that. I can't
But
wait.
it's different. It's different, Rich. You got guys like that. The only reason they won't go into coaching because of the time, allocated. I don't need all that. Like, I know him. I know what I need. You don't need to come here and sit around all day. Come in the morning. We practice at 9. We're on the field at 9. get those kids ready in the morning meetings, work your butt off on the field. After watch film with them, go home. You're home by noon. I don't need you here all day like that. I'm not that type of coach. It don't take all that. But I think more NFL athletes that has really done it and been successful, if they had those type of schedules and understanding, they would do it.
So hashtag in the morning sap coaching, hashtag in the afternoon sap fishing is what you're saying. That actually can happen.
Sap fishing.
All right. And then Coach Prime's signature sunglass line by Blenders available now for pre-order. The guys here, are wondering, where that box is. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Okay. You know what?
Yeah.
I got to take care of you. I got to have Sam put some in the mail.
Okay.
I got you.
Put some, whatever, snail mail. I don't care. It's all good. Whatever. You know where to find me. You know where to find
You ain't
me.
hard to find. You're not hard to find.
Okay.
You're not hard to find.
I'm kind of everywhere right now, Prime. You know me. I'm just trying to work hard. Just trying to live in your world right now. Last one for you. Are you already envisioning what the post-game handshake with Coach Norvell is going to be like, Deion?
Rich, I don't hold grudges, man. I'm polite. I don't hold stuff like that. I never have a problem with people. People have a problem with me. I don't have problems with people. I really don't. I want everyone to be successful and to dominate their moment, man. I would never say nothing about this gentleman. I don't know him, but I respond. When you come at me, I got to respond. And Rich, let me add this.
Yes, sir.
People thought because I had a little flash and flamboyant, it was from Fort Myers, that I talked the game when I played. I never talked to my opponents. I never talked down on my opponents. I never naysayed anyone. So that's a huge misconception. I talked about me, what I would particularly do, but not downing anyone. I never spiked the ball in no one's face. I never belittled anyone. Or I don't move like that, man. So I'm not going to start here to move like that. And that gentleman should have did his homework. My first Sports Illustrated cover, I had on hat in the shades. You think I'm gonna change now? And that was '89.
When will they learn, Prime? Though, honestly, you've been on camera for like 40 years, and you've been.
But Rich, you got to understand. Some people they change because they think that's gonna promote them and uplift them and empower them, and they fall prey to what others think about them. I don't care. I am who I am, and unapologetically who I am. So, my desire is to please the Lord, not to please a man. So I'm good with who I am. I really am. So I think he get caught up into how he thinks people want to see him. We totally different dudes, man.
Love you, Prime. Love
you back, man.
So excited.
How the dogs doing? Are the dogs still alive?
Yes, they are.
I mean, they had a good run. Rich, they had a good run. I had to ask.
No. Hudson, the one that you're referring to, he passed a few years ago. We have two more.
What I'm saying?
We have two more. We have two more. And yes,
Hudson had a good run.
Watch this. And yes, Deion, I still act the same way around dogs in airports to this day.
Kiss the dog in his mouth in the airport.
I don't kiss dogs in the mouth in the airport.
You was
Deion.
tonguing a dog in the airport. We had to break you guys up,
break you up.
I am who I am too, Prime. Okay,
You are.
You are.
You'll always be my humble host.
Right back at you, Prime.
Coach Prime.
Take care of yourself. I'll see you Saturday night and beyond. You be well.
Good luck, Coach
The
Prime.
one and only Deion Sanders right here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern for free.